actually really like Whitney, but when she's with Demi, I just keep my distance.
Unforgivable behavior on Demi's part?
Yeah, I'll never be friends with her again.
Oh.
And I'm a pretty forgiving person.
Virtual reality.
Layla and Jessi from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. We feel so blessed and highly favored to be in your presence today in the studio. Thank you for stopping by. A new season is upon us.
I know, how crazy.
How crazy is it that season 2 is even crazier than season 1? The first 3 episodes alone, my mind is spinning.
Imagine living it.
Yeah, that part.
And also, the way is there a new villain in town with Demi?
Yeah, what is
there?
What is going on with Demi?
What's going on with her?
I'm like,
How did she snatch that crown from Whitney?
I mean, I feel like each season naturally a new villain will like kind of
show themselves,
and show themselves for sure. But
it was a slow burn though. Like it was kind of like you'll see that like we were all really close, and then it kind of just like naturally like things start coming out, and you'll see the friendships start to break apart, and in real life it's just getting worse and worse. So we'll see what happens.
Do you think she kind of like after the first season wanted to be like, she was like, okay, I see how some things operate.
Yeah.
Let me be like, and she's like, oh, I like to be messy. I want to be a little more messy. Was she trying to push buttons? You know what I mean?
I feel like season 1 she was already kind of showing some characteristics that were like honestly borderline bullying in some scenarios, but we always kind of brushed under the rug and we're like, oh, she's passionate and she's funny. She does it in like a funny way that I feel like for a long time we were all kind of like, oh, like it's fine.
And Whitney was the victim of it, and we hated Whitney. So we were like, oh, go do it.
Go,
If you watch it with a new lens now, she was kind of a bully to Whitney in Park City. So we're like, oh. And we've now seen it to more people, ourselves included. So we're like, oh, that's a characteristic.
And now Demi and Whitney are linking up.
It's
and it looks
very
like they're,
convenient.
Is it weird?
It's because they have no one else. Like,
I think they burned a couple too many bridges.
To be honest, Whitney's like okay with most of us, but she's still like obviously earning back trust and all that, and so it kind of just feels like it's them two against the rest of us. It's weird.
Do you think Whitney maybe is like playing herself, being so close to me because she's like trying to get a friendship with all of you again, and you're like, well, now you're with public enemy number 1.
That's hard for me. I'm like, I actually really like Whitney, but when she's with Demi, I just keep my distance.
It's hard to get close to somebody that is close to somebody that has done wrong things.
Right. Well, and Jessi, you were particularly very close to Demi. What was it like saying goodbye to that friendship? Is it done for good? Do you think?
It's done for good. Yeah.
Unforgivable behavior on Demi's part?
Yeah, I'll never be friends with her again. And I'm a pretty forgiving person.
Yeah.
So it's a lot for me to say that, and I actually think you probably feel similar.
No, I feel very similar.
Did she do something unforgivable to you as well?
I think yes, but I think it was that I saw the behavior that she did towards Jessi, and it was like multiple things. It's not like it was like this one thing that we're all like, yeah, like we all hate Demi. Like it was like, again, a bunch of things that stacked up. And then the last thing that she did was just something that like is so damning that I can't just kind of turn my blind eye to that and act like it didn't happen.
Oh, God.
And then when I did confront her about this, she flipped on me and she's like saying mean things about me and name calling me. So I just was like, I see her true colors. And unfortunately for me and my own like mental health, like I can't be around someone that makes me feel bad about myself.
I understand that. And also, speaking of your mental health, I loved your Teen Vogue
Thank you.
article.
Thank you so much.
It was really touching, and you touched on so much, and especially just kind of like how you're navigating being in the community, just and feeling very like othered at times, and even with the faith. I think you had a quote where it was like, to have my faith in something I'm sometimes morally against. How are you, is the show helping you with that? And also, how do you kind of like process your relationship with all of that present day?
Yeah, no, I think the show's actually helped me open my eyes to a lot of things like that I feel like for a long time I wasn't aware of. I feel like subconsciously I was not very open about sides of myself. I feel like I kind of would cling to my white side rather than my black side for a long part of my life. And I feel like it's opening my eyes to things that like I wasn't aware of, and it's helping me a lot.
What has it opened your eyes to?
I think just parts of the church that like I just don't really like align with. I think it's hard for me to be very present in something that kind of goes against what I feel is right in some situations, and I never want to like bad talk the church at all. Like that's not my intention. It's just not personally for me.
And when because I know you were even talking in that how on a maybe lighthearted side that a lot of women reach out to you saying like, thank you for talking about like never having an orgasm, because I never experienced that. On the flip side, for the other topics, like did you have people on LDS of color DMing you kind of like to make you feel like there's more community there, or were they kind of like venting to you or reaching out to you in support?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had girls reach out to me being like, I know what it feels like to kind of be like the black sheep in the room, and it's not a bad thing, but it's definitely something that like I always kind of never wanted to see, like walking into a room and walking into Sacrament and kind of like being the only person of color in the room. It's definitely something that's very like obvious, but I kind of always just brush it under the rug. It's like, oh, it's not a big deal. But I do look at situations like that. I try not to like look at them negatively. I'm just like, this is a good thing. Like, yeah, I do stand out in the room, but I also stand out in the room, and I can kind of make it a more positive way rather than kind of looking at it negatively.
Yeah. How is it navigating being on this show, the only woman of color on this cast, and do you ever lean on your castmates for support in that way?
No, absolutely. I think the girls are so like understanding, and they see me for who I am, which is so amazing. And it's definitely something that I feel pressure towards, of course, because I feel like I'm speaking to a vast majority of the world, and it's only me. But I feel a great honor in that way, and I feel like in future seasons, I'm hoping that I can like kind of shed light on what it is to be a person of color in a very predominantly white state and predominantly white religion and other ways like that.
Yeah, amazing. Well, do you know what you guys also shed light on? Plastic surgery. And you know we love it.
You know he really especially does love it.
Thank you. I was telling Layla that I got a nose job literally because of what you told me on a Zoom interview. You were like, she was like, just get it. And I was like,
just do it.
I guess it's that easy. So I got it. I also got a lower bleph. Next month I'm getting veneers.
I've been wanting to do that.
Oh, I love the lower bleph. Yes. No more bags, you know. It was a good decision.
Was that painful?
No, the recovery actually wasn't that bad. I got
next season I'll be getting that.
Okay. Well, you recently got your nostrils
I did like a alar base reduction, so it wasn't a full nose job. It was just like tucking it a little, and I didn't have to go under.
But it looks amazing.
You didn't go under?
No, they just numbed me.
You were awake?
No pain, no gain. Okay.
I know.
That's amazing.
You know, give me a gold star.
She's built different.
Is there anything else on the wish list for plastic surgery?
Honestly, just the lower bleph, and I forgot about that till you said it.
Oh, so you know it's fine. Okay.
Exactly. I'm your Layla now.
Yes, you're my inspo.
I think I might be taking my implants out.
Really? Why?
I just feel like for my frame, I would either go smaller or I would just take them out altogether. I just feel like for my frame, it kind of just like, they're just always there.
Big.
And it's not a bad thing, but like sometimes I want to wear like a sports bra and not look like a hoochie mama.
Okay.
Now, what would be more painful? Plastic surgery without anesthesia or having a conversation with Demi? Or having a full weekend, just yelling at Demi?
Danny is so messy.
Well, I try to avoid that at all costs. So
Put me under the knife.
I'm like, no pain meds. Come on.
Oh my God, that is hysterical.
At least there's a reward with the plastic surgery.
There you go. Well, I mean, okay, so with the Demi of it all and her doing something so unforgivable, I know we have a lot more season to get through, but how would you describe the nature of what she did? Was she coming for your family, your relationship? Like where did she strike?
Business, relationship, family, personal values and morals, like everything.
Okay, wow.
She left no stone unturned.
Yeah, she's committed to it. I'll give her
really
that.
went for it.
And what, like, was there a moment, is she saying that, like, really set her off to do that against you, or just she...
I don't know what her intent was.
I will
you know what I
say,
mean?
I think that the show can change people, like the fame, the money, the attention, and I just personally believe it went to her head, and I think that was the catalyst from my perspective.
Speaking of the show change people, what do you think about Whitney wanting to be an actress now, like Academy Award-winning actress?
She's actually always been
wanted
in
to.
acting,
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, she has like
Alright.
old acting videos and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, like
So
I love the
maybe-
immediate support because Danny was trying to be a little messy there, but you guys.
No, I'm like, actually, she's wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you ask Michaela, she'll say her best role was the victim.
Oh yes.
I was like, you asked the right girls, don't ask the
I'm like, you know what?
Is Michaela still very like hardcore anti-Whitney?
Yeah. I think you're gonna see a lot this season. Michaela really finds her voice, and
Very proud
Michaela's
of
one
her.
of my best friends. I always back her.
Yeah.
But like, Whitney has made efforts, and I'll say that.
Okay.
Okay.
We love
She
that.
really has.
Yeah.
So we will all, we're having the Oscar party, clapping
Yes.
when she wins. Yes. Oh my God, you guys are so much fun. Thank you for stopping
for
by.
having us.
We can't wait for the rest of
Thank
season
you.
2.
Thank you
It's
so
so
much.
good.